everybody and welcome to my video. If you're new here, my name is Molly Kate and today I'm going to tell you the 7 things you need to dye your hair copper red at home. So this past year I learned how to dye my hair red from brunette, and honestly it's changed my life. I don't think I'll go back to brown hair like anytime soon because I'm so obsessed with the red hair. So if that's something that you want to do as well, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you everything you need. All these items that I purchased, I actually got from Sally Beauty, but they're also available on Amazon, which I think is so nice and so helpful because then the following times that I've gone to touch up my hair, I've been able to order from Amazon. And you know, with red hair, you're gonna need a lot of upkeep. You're gonna need to do this kind of frequently. So getting in the routine of ordering from Amazon, it's a win-win. So without further ado, let's just get started and go on to item number 1. Also, I forgot to mention, all of these products are linked below in my Amazon storefront. So go ahead and click the links below to get these exact products. I promise you will not regret it. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna need if you're wanting to dye your hair red at home is your hair dye. That's right, I'm starting out with the most important step. And honestly, a lot of people gatekeep this step. A lot of people, once they find like their perfect hair dye formula, they don't want to share it on the internet. They gatekeep it. They don't want people to know. And I'm like, why? Like, if I've spent all this time finding like the perfect formula, you know I'm gonna share it with you. You know we should all be doing it. So I'm here to tell you all my exact colors that I use to get my red copper hair color. So the brand that I use is called Ion Brilliance. This is found at Sally Beauty and can also be ordered online at Amazon. I kind of love Amazon. It's like so efficient. So I use a combination of 4 different shades, and that's because I've dyed my hair red now a few different times and I've learned, you know, what works, what fades quicker, and just the perfect combination. So what I use is the combination of equal parts of these 4 shades. So it's 8RC, 7RC, 7RR, and 7IR. And I know you're probably like, Molly Kate, that's a lot of hair dye. Why do you use 4 bottles? It's honestly because you're going to want different depths and dimension in your hair color to make it look like it was done at a salon and to not make it look super fake, like that fake red color. We don't want that. We're going for more like natural, pretty copper, like fake redhead vibes. So we're gonna want that dimension, okay? You're gonna want the 2 copper colors and the 2 red colors to balance each other out, okay? So I'm telling you, equal parts, 1 whole container of these 4 colors, and you will be good to go, okay? It is so freaking pretty. You just have to trust me, y'all. It's so good. Okay, so the second item that you'll need to dye your hair red at home is only a step that you'll need if you're currently a brunette or have darker hair. So unfortunately, I know you guessed it, you're going to want to bleach your hair first. And you're probably like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to damage my hair. Listen, I didn't want to either. If you go back on my channel, I have a video of how I first dyed my hair red from brown hair. And the first 2 attempts, I didn't use bleach. I didn't want to damage my hair. I was like, you know what? No, I'll try it without. And it failed, okay? It like really failed. It didn't get to the color I wanted until I used bleach. So that's my experience. My experience was I used Ion Brilliance Cream Lightener to lift my brown hair to a blonde. I didn't even let it sit until it got to blonde. I probably should have, but I kind of rinsed it out and stopped it when I got to like a brassy golden color, and then I applied the hair dye on top of it. So this item, again, Sally Beauty, Amazon, you know the drill. It's a cream lightener that lifts up to 8 shades. Apply it to your hair, keep checking it in the mirror to watch how light it's getting, and once you feel like it's light enough to apply the red hair dye to, just rinse it out, and then you won't need to use this again, okay? So it's a pretty big container, but you only need to use it the first time. Every time that I dye my hair since then, you literally don't need to use it, okay? Like, this is just like the first initial hair dye from brown to this red hair, okay? Every time since then, I just apply the red dye, okay? So this is a one and done, all right? All right, so the third item that you will want is a developer. So if you're not familiar with what developer is, this is basically what you pour into your mixing bowl with your hair dye, and it basically allows it to kind of like mix into a cream base that's easier to apply to your hair, and the chemicals in it allow your hair to develop and enrich the color more. I did not describe that well, like, at all, but basically don't dye your hair unless you have developer, okay? So I use the Ion Brilliance developer, again sticking with the same brand, and I use the cream developer rather than like liquid developer. Just use cream, it's like honestly the best. And you're gonna use equal parts of this than you are the hair dye, okay? So if you're using like 4 ounces of hair dye, then you're gonna want like 4 ounces of developer. It's not complicated, y'all. So there are different numbers of developer. This here is the 20 developer, and just a little backstory, the higher the number, the more it's gonna lift your hair, meaning the lighter your hair is going to become. So I personally, the very first few times that I dyed my hair was using 40 developer, and you're probably like cringing like, oh my god, that's so bad for your hair, but I really wanted it to lift, okay? I like really wanted it to not be dark. So you can use a higher, like a 30 or a 40 when you're first starting out, and then when you're doing like your touch-ups and you've had red hair for a while, so switch to a 20 or even a 10, okay? So you can get this size bottle, or you can get like the larger size bottle. Honestly, like if you're gonna have red hair, you might as well just get the larger bottle, because you know you're gonna be dyeing your hair often. It's a lot of upkeep with red hair. Okay, y'all, this next one I think is a complete lifesaver, and it is these Color Track color wipes. And basically this is what you use if you have hair dye like on your face, on your ears, down your neck, and you need to get it off. These are a freaking lifesaver. It works so good. It's like one swipe and the hair dye is off, okay? So like in the past, I've used like baby wipes or like makeup wipes, and they do not work as well as these. This is what you need to remove hair dye, like off your ears, off your skin. And this one that I got is in like a 50 count pack, but on Amazon, I found a link for 100 count, which honestly is only like $2 more than the 50, so I think you should get the 100. I have it linked down below. These will last you so long. You only need to buy it once, and then you'll be good to go. Also, I kind of use it to clean my counters too, because you know that it will get everywhere. All right, number 5 is a hair dye kit. So I got this from Amazon. Basically, it comes with the bowl, the little, little hair dye applicator, comb on the other end to help section off your hair, the gloves. There's all kinds of things that come in the kit, but this is like so important, y'all. Please do not skip this step. If you think you can skip this step, I don't know what you think you're doing. This step is not optional. You need a nice kit, and guys, you just buy it once and then you're gonna use it every time, okay? These gloves, they're not something that you use once. You can wash them in the sink and reuse them. So this is like super cheap on Amazon, and a bunch of stuff comes in it, and it's everything you need. So like, duh. Number 6 is the Ion Brilliance, I know, what a shock, color sealer. So usually I just get the little packets for like one-time use, but I've bought in so many of them that I think it's time for me to buy like the actual bottle. And basically what this is when your hair dye is sitting in your hair and then it's time to rinse it out, you're going to apply this to your hair and let it sit. Let it sit for like 5 to 7 minutes and then rinse it out, and it will lock the color in your hair, okay? Also, when you're doing this, make sure you have like cold water. I know it's not preferable, but hot water is really bad for like getting the color out of your hair faster. So that's just like a little pro tip. I know it's not the most fun, but when you have colored hair, you kind of have to take like cold or like warm-ish showers. You can't have like the hot steaming showers or your hair dye is like gonna fade faster. So that leads me right into item number 7, last item on my list, is to get a good color stay shampoo and conditioner. There are a ton out there on the market that, you know, say that they will help lock in your color, but what I found works best for me is to actually have a shampoo and conditioner that not only locks in the red color, but also deposits a little more into my hair as well. So the kind that I use is the John Frieda Red Shampoo and Conditioner, and it's literally red. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but it's literally red and it will rinse out red. And what it does is it deposits a little bit of red into your hair as you wash it. And I do feel like it's pretty nice to use just like on its own, but if you have a shampoo and conditioner that you already really love and you're not wanting to switch to this completely, just mix the two. Just use a little bit of both. I'm telling you, having like a little bit of red deposit in the shower is such a game changer because red hair fades the fastest out of every hair color. So you definitely want to add this step into your hair care routine because you want to minimize the amount of time that you have to, you know, re-dye your hair as much as possible. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. Hi guys, love y'all.